hear the air horns, know what time it is.
Dang, that was a long time ago, 2011.
I know. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite weekly talk show, Everything Under the Sky. I'm your host, Lamar, here with my great co-host and some all right friends. We got my boy Uriah in the house, a.k.a. Young Larry, a.k.a. West Coast Larry, a.k.a. Johnny Depp, a.k.a.
Yo, he gives everyone like 5 nicknames, bro.
Johnny Depp.
Every time I'm with y'all always got a new alias. We got my boy Wax, a.k.a. Versace Wax in the building, a.k.a. Buzz Cut Lightyear, a.k.a. Mr. Glasses before the show start.
Yeah, it was a little bright in here.
How you guys doing? Shout out my episode 51, 52, 51. Everything Under the Sky. Another Friday, back with your favorite people. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
You came with the popcorn on deck.
Yes, sir.
You are the popcorn plug.
You feel me? I got the jalapeno cheddar. Who's taking that one?
I mean, shit, we might as well do it now.
Yeah, you got that one.
Put the pressure on.
I already
us.
know you want this one, the dill pickle.
Yeah.
That shit's fire.
Pause, bro. Don't be giving out my sauce online.
And the spicy buffalo and the fried pickle.
Nah, the dill is crazy.
Fire.
I literally just be like craving it at random times.
That's
Shout them
just
out.
fire.
What's the name?
Popcorn Bliss. If you ever in Castle Rock shopping at the outlets, come through.
They're right across from the outlets or within the outlets? Where are
They're in the same vicinity as what is that? TJ Maxx and Whole Foods.
Okay.
So
I think that's like right across from.
yeah, we're not in like right there, but yeah, we're
But
right
on the
across.
same side. Like on that right side.
On that right side.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know exactly what you're
Just
talking
gotta
about.
hit a couple cul-de-sacs. I mean, not
Okay.
cul-de-sacs, the roundabouts.
No, I always appreciate it. What you guys been up to? Episode 51. We've been 51 weeks in the trap.
Yeah, I've just been busy grinding. Like I told you, I've been taking those classes and working and still trying to make time for the gym. It's been a lot lately, but I've been getting some good sleep though. I'll tell you that. By the end of the day, I'm more out.
Let me tell you, since we came back from DR, I don't think I've seen that gym one time.
Bro, it's a struggle once you get off
Man.
of vacation.
I went to vacation and went to another vacation. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere for a while.
How was it?
It was all right. I went to Vegas, on a little business trip, just for the weekend though. It was like warm, kinda, but it was kind of cold too. Like at night, it was just hella windy. And then if y'all been to Vegas, like it's just straight walking. So we did a lot of walking, and we chose not to have a car, which was probably smart because we were drinking or whatever. But it was a lot of Ubering. And if you know Vegas, you can't just like catch an Uber on the side of the street. You got to go to like the certain locations, the ride shares for the Ubers. So it's like you walking and then you walk to walk again, and it was a lot of walking. And I just came from the airport where I did some walking, and let me tell you, my legs. I ain't been to the gym, but I definitely got my workout in.
I was gonna say you was working out already.
Yeah, that's why I got them showing off today. I feel
Were
like
you wearing your watch ever?
I
and
feel
it
like
just-
my calves is poking out today.
Were you wearing your watch at any point and it was asking you like to record a
Yeah,
walk?
hella sometimes. And then you want to go shopping, so we like
Yeah.
hit Caesars and walk the strip for a little bit, and yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Vegas is always a little fun trip. Definitely
It's been
on.
a while for me, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got to be on timeout for a while. I spent
Did
a
you-
lot of money,
Did you gamble?
a little bit, and it was dope because it was the March Madness. So like when I walked through Caesar, there was a lot of people watching the game simultaneously, but it was like so many screens. So there's like horse racing over here, and then there's like golf over here, and then tennis going over here, and there's like everybody like yeah and making money, and then there's people over here making money, and Vegas is just a vibe every time.
No, definitely every time you go to, anytime I go to Vegas, I definitely gamble a little bit.
Hella.
Nothing crazy, but
Exactly. I'm not a
yeah.
big gambler.
Nah, yeah, but I go with my set budget, and I'm like, all right, I usually try to just flip that real quick and then put my money away,
Right.
and then
As long as I double it, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go and take this as a
as a dub.
as a green flag. They're gonna get out. Did a little shopping, it was all right. But I'm definitely happy to be back and back in cozy. And it's crazy. You always come back to snow. It's always hella cold when I come back.
We're in that weird point in Colorado weather where it's like either hot or it's cold, bro.
Right. Like you get 70 and sunny, which is hot, and then out of nowhere it's like snow.
Yeah, because, bro, this weekend it's supposed to get like 75, 76
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm about to be
Yeah,
outside.
and it was just snowing. Hey, we're above average for snow.
Like
For the year? Or
For the
like
year,
for
yeah.
average of the year?
how
Yeah,
much
we had a late start, but we're above average.
good. We need all that
Bro,
shit.
yeah, we don't want the same fires that have been going on.
But I was talking to somebody who's pretty big on like
Exactly.
skiing and snowboarding, and they were like, they didn't get that much in the mountains, I don't think. And they were talking about like the snow season's pretty much over now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
last
mean,
snowfall was pretty much this past week.
Like we'll probably
Nah.
get some slush here and
Nah,
there.
I
but
think the mountains, that still goes because, yeah, no, the mountains definitely. I think like you could, it's just not as good of rides, but you could definitely get into like late. It just depends. Like
Well, they
late
create their own
late
snow.
April.
hella
True.
exactly,
Yeah.
but it's not good, is what he was saying. Like
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
like
Yeah.
you're not gonna get that good natural fluff.
But not yet. It definitely snows in April. I don't know,
Shit, it
like
snowed in
good
May a
enough.
couple years ago. Maybe last
Exactly.
year.
Yeah, on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it snows. Yeah, it snows. I don't know if it's like good enough for skiing, but it definitely snows.
But like you said, it was a late start to the snow, so now
Right.
we gonna get it later. It just keeps getting later and
Nah,
later.
exactly. So it's definitely gonna snow in May.
I'll bank on it. Yeah, I'll put my money on it snowing.
Because
in
it
May.
stayed warm pretty late this year.
Shit, it's only March, but
Or
it is
last year. I mean,
it is officially spring. It is officially springtime.
oh, that's what's up. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and March is almost over. We're almost in April, so like we getting right to the good sunshine.
I got a week left. That's crazy.
But you know what that means? It's about to be I don't know if y'all smell it, but it's been an uptick of breakups going on.
Oh, that's what you're gonna say. I was going with allergies. You went to a totally different place.
you gave me the nod. Like, yeah, I smell it. You know, when it start getting hot outside, them couples start having more fights and arguments. You know, they want to be outside in the summer. I've been seeing a lot of.
And Denver is like the #1 worst place to find love.
I wouldn't everywhere in the U.S.
Yeah, I was like, people just be complaining, bro. Like,
Nah, I think I read that
You're always
somewhere.
like, I
bro.
found mine.
nah. I mean, even if so, I feel people be complaining, bro.
Nah, that's facts. Like,
No, I'm
people
just
be 21 years old. Like, I'm never gonna find love.
Bro, I know a lot of single people.
Bro, nah.
Everybody that be
And
clubbing.
people be looking
there's
for the
a lot
love
of
in all the
club.
wrong places too,
Exactly.
though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
you can't expect too much from the guy you met at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning at some club. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
that's facts. Get your
For real.
priorities straight.
But you are right. Breakups are happening.
Yeah, you know, I love it.
This season, it just happens though, you know?
It's
I
natural.
love
That's
spring.
why it's called cuddle season. So what's the season after that? Obviously, there has to be another season.
Releasing season, cuffing season, and then niggas is released from jail. Like, all right, I'm out. I'm back.
When's the official release date though? Like, when
I
do you
don't know.
think-
I think it's. I don't know. I'm gonna say April 1st, April Fools. That's when you start feeling a little.
They do the jokes.
Yeah,
no, the
where's
joke
the-
was
that's,
too
that's when
far.
people
It's
wake
just
up
a joke.
out of they little slumber. Like, you know
They do
what?
the I'm pregnant
Yeah,
joke. Nah, you took it too far.
Oh,
I'm
nah,
out.
yeah, that would not be cool, bro. That's not something to joke about.
Facts. They just pick any little thing to argue about, and like, you know what? I'm just out of here. But you know, don't get me wrong. You know, I love me some love, but one thing I love more than love is a good breakup.
Nah,
But,
but I'm ready for spring though. I like
yeah,
spring.
I was about to say, no? You said fall is your favorite season,
Either one of those.
Okay.
But I'll probably say fall because I like more fall fashion and stuff like that.
and it's right after summer, so it's like it hits a little better. Coming right after spring or right after winter, it still be like, I don't know, it don't hit the same.
Yeah. But I'm definitely ready for like everything to start blooming and all that sort of stuff.
Just get back outside. I feel like this summer is gonna be one for the ages.
Definitely.
But people been saying that. People say that every summer. I feel
Well,
like
it
this
may,
summer,
though,
this
because, like,
summer though.
This is gonna be the first summer it seems like where like there's gonna be no restrictions.
Nah, yeah, we're
Exactly.
finally really getting back
Yeah.
to like normal for real.
Yeah, it's already kind of crazy out there. Once the summer hits, bro, it's gonna be crazy, bro. And then they got the new
Yeah.
clubs down there already.
Keep a condom in your back pocket. You never know.
Nah,
you might
downtown's
pop a
must be
little.
Popping, bro. And the sports teams are good.
Yeah,
All of them.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot to be like
Excited
wishful
for it.
and excited about.
And there's a lot of good jobs in Denver, so people got money, so they're gonna be out
They're
there.
just waiting to come out.
It's crazy, bro.
Pause. But speaking of, I feel like there hasn't been much going on this week, so we could just go ahead and get into some news. Not too much like movies and shows and media as far as like music drop, but I mean, kind of some smaller stories. Speaking of getting back to normal, though, this is kind of a big story, especially for New York athletics. But it says New York City COVID-19 vaccine mandate for athletes should be lifted this Thursday, and I think it's part of a whole bigger initiative where New York Mayor Eric Adams, he's like lifting a lot of different restrictions, and it's like he's allowing different indoor events with no mask and things of that nature. But a part of that comes like these athletes being able to play in New York without being vaccinated. And I don't know if you guys have been kind of following this whole story, but it's like if you are like a New York native, you can't play in New York. But if you're from outside, you could play in New York.
Ridiculous, bro.
It's so weird that I don't even
Nah,
understand
and
it.
what was even weirder is Kyrie was able to go and sit courtside,
No
and
mask.
watch the game, no mask, but he couldn't play. Like
It
that's
took it
weird.
farther where after the game, he was on the court and like dapping him up. Hey, you my bro. Like,
And he was in the locker room.
but they got fined for that.
Yeah,
They did get fined for him going to
Okay,
the
so
locker
also
room.
you just can't go to the locker room. Okay.
But still, yeah, like where do you draw the line? It's
That's
like,
the line right there. Just stay courtside.
But he was like on like after they won, you know how like I think KD put up like 50, so he's like congratulating them and like
I mean, he's
dapping
just a
up
fan.
everybody.
He rushed the court.
No, he's on. You can't rush the court. This is the NBA.
I know, but if has fans ever rushed the NBA game?
Nah, son, it's not college. You can't do
You
that.
can't do that. Yeah, I miss college doing that. That was the funnest shit ever.
I just think it was ridiculous, and I think this is good for the NBA though, for Kyrie to play. Like I was just saying earlier, he's only played like maybe 20 games and scored 50 points twice. That's pretty absurd.
Crazy.
So I think the league needs someone like him. He's
Yeah.
clearly a superstar.
Yeah, and honestly, like he's super outspoken, but you always need those like super left wing people to make space for all these other people. So I love that Kyrie's at least he's standing up what he believes for, and he's standing up for himself. But it's weird because, like you said, Kyrie's been able to play everywhere outside of New York and like be with his team, like do everything. But when you come home, he can't play.
I do want to point out there is one concern though, and this could be diving a little.
He also
deep
can't
into
play in Canada. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna bring up.
Oh.
Yep, exactly.
Wait, why is that a concern?
Well, because they might play
Oh, like
Toronto
if they
at some
didn't,
point.
if,
Yeah,
and they still haven't lifted theirs.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for one, New York, I get it. So there's been people on both sides. So some people are like, New York is like the most contaminated area. New York has been the mayor has been doing what he has to do to like keep the most populated city in the U.S. under wraps. But then on the other side, it's like, okay, well, why is he on the team at all? Like he's gonna be with them in general. So why can he just like not play? But he could do all these other things and still play with the team, like in Philadelphia, which is 2 hours south. So it's like it doesn't really make sense.
I agree. It doesn't make sense. For me personally, I think that you got to separate. Like it's just like kind of common sense or logical. Like clearly he's still practicing with them all the time.
True.
He's around them all the time. So if he was gonna catch that disease, guess what?
They would have
Everyone
caught
else
it. So
would
it's kind
see.
of like they were just trying to prove a point at that point.
Yeah.
Like, nah, these are our rules and this is what we're gonna do. But it really doesn't make sense. So it's cool at least that we're getting back to some type of normalcy. And California was lifting a lot of their restrictions as far as like you don't need a vaccine to be seated at restaurants and things like that. And now New York is starting to. So these are like the most populated. And like you said, it's good for us. I seen Jarrell post a pic like or a poll like, is the pandemic over?
I know. Let me see what the results are.
What do you think, Uriah? Why is
No, it's not over. But I mean, is it ever gonna be over? Is this just a new way of life? I don't know. So
Yeah.
I think like
I
That's-
definitely said it's not over, but
Yeah.
I think at some point it will end. I just don't think it's over now. And it's going to end because it's not going to be like a major focus of, to make something a pandemic, it just means it's a concern of like every country. It's global. It's a global concern. That's what makes it basically a pandemic.
okay.
So once people, it's not a concern, and once people do like learn to move forward, and it's like a lot less deaths, I'm like, okay, well, I think we can't really classify it as
But
a
you
pandemic.
think it's here for life though, right?
Oh yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think COVID-19 is going anywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
most
that's-
pandemics, I would say, last probably like 3 to 5 years. So
Mhm.
Yeah, 73% said no, it's not over.
out of how many votes total? Was it-
20, like 20 to. Let me see.
Was it a pretty good turnout?
2,500. Say not. What's that? 25.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good population.
So 16 to 6.
Oh, that's a good little sample size. Cause I mean, yeah, but I agree with them.
75%.
I don't think it's over yet. Cause it's definitely.
It's crazy because 120 people looked at it.
Yeah, you know.
Oh man, y'all ain't worth nothing. I swear.
I was like, do you just not know, or do you just not mess with me? Like,
That's
be
crazy.
clear. But
No, they probably just wanted them.
oh yeah, maybe them too. I be wondering, but that's a different story. Instagram.
Exactly.
Instagram
Right.
be on
That's
some
a whole
BS.
nother world. That's the metaverse prerequisites for the metaverse. Anyways, did I
My bad. Getting a call, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
gonna be good for Brooklyn too. I don't know. It's gonna.
Yeah, nah,
it's definitely gonna shake up the NBA. The NFL's been going crazy. They said this is like the craziest
bro
Off
the-
season
what?
ever.
Oh
off
my
season. They just traded
goodness.
Tyreek Hill to Miami.
Tyreek, what? Like first Devontae Adams from Green Bay to the Raiders, highest paid receiver. Okay, now Tyreek Hill to Miami, and it was out of Miami or the Jets, and he got to decide. He was like, "Of course, I'm going with Miami. I'm going to Miami."
I think he's
shit.
from Miami too,
Oh wow!
and he got paid. It was like, who's gonna pay him? And they need him. So
Do they still
definitely-
got Tua?
Yeah, and that's what everybody was saying is Tua got to get him the ball.
You just got to launch that.
But they're
shit.
stacked. They've been stacking up over there in Miami. They got Raheem Mostert, your guy. They got Cedric Wilson
Okay.
from Chicago or from Dallas.
Edmonds.
They got Chase Edmonds. They got a few people. Jalen
They already
Waddle
had-
still over
Yeah,
there.
it's like
They re-signed
Parker's
Gesicki,
still there too.
Devontae Parker,
Yeah,
and their defense has been building. So it's like it's built for Tua.
Well, and they weren't a bad team last year.
Nah, yeah, they're solid. Matt Ryan they got rid of Matt Ryan
That's wild.
to the Colts. Deshaun Watson he got freed
Wow. I
to the
know.
Cleveland.
Cleveland. That's
Cleveland.
crazy. And then
Baker
Landry's gone.
Jarvis Landry's gone.
Baker's still looking for a team.
I don't know if
The
anyone
Colts,
wants
who the
Baker.
Colts get?
Baker's
Matt
a
Ryan.
backup.
Colts got Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And then who would the Falcons get?
No one.
Yeah.
No one yet.
No, not
Baker.
yet.
Baker
Nah, maybe.
Or
You
Baker
think he's gonna
goes
go
to
somewhere? I
Seattle.
don't know, bro. Seattle. Nah, Seattle got a.
I think
Our boy.
he asked to be traded.
Our
Our
boy.
what?
I'm pretty
Drew
sure
Lock.
Baker asked to be traded, if I'm not mistaken.
No, exactly. But who's gonna want him?
Exactly.
Bro, everything got shook up over there. That's crazy.
NFL should be fun, but it's a little
That's
early
the
for,
good old Browns for you.
for NFL. Before we get into music,
Hold on, my bad. Didn't Julio Jones go to Kansas City?
nah.
Nah, he got released though. From the
Where'd you go?
nowhere. No one's picked him up yet. They
Somebody-
let him
somebody
go.
went to Kansas City. Who went to
They
Kansas
cut
City?
him.
Somebody
Juju Smith.
Juju
Schuster.
Smith.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was big. That was big.
Maybe only to a 1 year.
No, I mean for 1 year, shit, that's big, bro. That's my conference. I'm like, damn. And then they got all these picks. Kansas City.
Nah, them
still
losing Tyreek is
huge.
yeah.
They're
I
probably
wonder
rebuilding.
why.
Russell
Yeah.
Wilson, let's go. Let's get the Super Bowl out the way.
Somebody said Travis Kelce's stats is gonna be like 200 receptions,
For real, bro. It's all him.
3,000 yards,
All him and Juju.
25.
But they did get a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, they did.
Is that a lot, bro.
And I
And they freed up a lot of cap space.
Isn't the first round
So,
this year's
let's see
first
if they
round or
can
is it
still
next
get
year's?
somebody.
I'm pretty sure they got
Oh,
a first round in it.
This year?
It's
Yeah.
this year, yeah. See,
Coming up.
maybe they get a
Everything
good pick.
everything that's happening is this year.
AFC West definitely the strongest division.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's looking like it.
All right. Before we get into music, let's get our news pertaining to music. Let's get into some regular news. I seen this going on around Twitter or Instagram, and Uriah, I think you sent this. We talked about it earlier in the show. This was like episode 11 or 12 about things that Denver was doing in response to like some of the protests and some of the marches and things like that. One of them being instead of dispatching 911 to every situation, because the cops aren't built for every situation. They're really just there to like disengage, and like they're not super equipped with like mental health. And a lot of times, a lot of those situations that the cops are called for aren't always violent. Like a lot of times they are for different random miscellaneous things. Either way, it says Denver's program to dispatch mental health teams instead of police for some calls is successful, and it's starting to expand fivefold.
That's tight. Shout out Denver for doing this.
Yeah, I hope it like they kind of become the pioneers for like other states to start doing that. Because I mean, I clearly think that's a smart way to go, and if the data and the like results are showing that it works well, we might as well keep pushing forward and try to get everyone on board with this.
Yeah, now Aurora has to get on board.
Right. They the main
Exactly,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said,
But shout out Denver for doing that.
it makes sense because every situation does not involve having these guys who are just super jacked up and ready to do some stuff. Like a lot of times these people just need to be talked down and like seen level to level.
Right. And just seeing the police, man, it freaks a lot of people out.
Exactly. That just puts you on edge.
Well, and then I also think, like, I mean, put yourself in, like, a police officer's shoes. Like, let's say you do see a lot of bad things. And over time, just, like, mentally, you probably dehumanize
conditions you, yeah.
like,
Right.
you,
So now you got two mental issue people.
exactly.
trying to deal with each
work
other.
out a situation. And then that doesn't sound like it's going to ever go well. So,
That's a great. I've never heard anybody put it like that before.
Man, it's just too high end. Like,
Yeah, like some of
Fight
these
or
police
flights.
officers need to get their mental checked.
yeah.
oh, I'm sure a lot of them, like, they,
Yeah,
honestly.
I know they go through the fake exams. But
Yeah, and we talked about it. Like, it's easier to get your police badge than it is to do like a lot of things.
They're just
in
regular
life.
old Joe people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're not really qualified to a lot of stuff that we think they're qualified for.
Well, and
Go ahead.
also on top of that, they're still just people. Like
Right.
regardless, like people go through things. They can have a bad day, and when you're put in a high intense situation, like I don't know, that's just like asking for
Especially,
trouble.
I feel like Denver is one of the more higher, has one of the higher homeless populations too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times, the homeless population is
Mental health
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
So I think Denver is one of the prime locations to try and do something like that, and it seems like it's working. It says since June 2020, which was around the time a lot of those protests were going around, they're like, we got to do something. The support team, Assistant Response, STAR, has deployed medical and behavioral health clinicians to respond to over 2,200 assessed low risk. It says in over the year and a half, since the program's existence, STAR teams have never had to call police for backup due to a safety issue. According to their January report, it's been so successful that they're adding 5 times the staff and vehicles, which means they're getting budgeting, funding. A lot of people are investing in this program. And the teams always have access to backup should situations turn for the worse. So it sounds like they're killing it, basically. 2,200 situations, and they've never had to be like, all right, we need to get the cops down here.
And like even beyond that, it probably saves people from
Records, money.
money, them going to jail, and then also what it just costs to have a person in jail occupying that space. Like I don't know, like I think it's better, and a lot of people it's mostly mental health stuff. I think that most
and like you
people go
said,
through.
I'm gonna respond a lot better. Like a guy in a green shirt is what it looks like coming up to me, rather than the guy, 3 guys with pistols and a bulletproof vest coming up to me, all chest out. So I mean,
Right.
it makes sense.
it's like somebody that looks like me, just like me, coming to talk to me.
No
Not
weapons.
somebody from Call of Duty.
GI Joe. I feel it. Shout out Denver, man. Let's make some noise to our city.
Definitely. Shout out Denver.
This is pretty cool. You sent also Uriah. It's Polo Ralph Lauren. Let me find it. feel free to cut that too if you can.
I got you.
All right, it says. All right, it says Ralph Lauren designed, directed, and curated alumni Morehouse and Spelman College for Ralph Lauren. This happened maybe a couple weeks ago, 7 days ago, so a week ago. Basically, Ralph Lauren curated, designed, and directed a whole, what do you call it? Not uniform.
Like a line?
Yeah, a whole line specifically for these HBCU colleges. And it's pretty dope. This is the first time they've ever collabed with the school, if I'm not mistaken. And it's basically, it says it's to celebrate this distinguished sartorial traditions and history rooted in the personal style of Morehouse men and the Spelmanites from the 1920s to the 1950s. It says the collection expands the collegiate sensibility that is intrinsic to our brand identity. And it says, yep, the first ever collaboration with a college institution. Polo doesn't really do collabs in general, if you know Polo. So for them to collab with the college is huge. And it says exclusively for Morehouse and Spelman College collection, and it's dedicated to the tireless work in the HBCUs, and they just want to do more to support of the world. So shout out to Ralph, man.
That's what's up.
Brothers looking good.
Oh, they definitely that line, like all those clothes. That's just cold.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking into one of those blazers.
Yeah, but I think it might be like only available for the HBCUs.
Yeah,
All right.
from my understanding, but
That's
still,
cool.
just to have that representation.
Nah,
is
facts.
dope.
And I'm sure they like invested all the money into it and like things like that. Because I definitely was interested. I'm like, yo, I'm about to look into one of these blazers, at least a tie or something. But yeah, I think it's
for real.
only
But you could definitely
Well,
tell how it was inspired from like the early 1900s.
1920s
Yeah.
to 19.
Maybe
Yeah,
yeah.
look into one of them pocket scarves. You know, or
Yeah, $210 for a little bow tie. I don't know.
And that like I don't know what you call like army green right there in the middle.
Oh yeah, that
that's
color.
cold,
Yeah, that color is crazy.
Nah, they looking fresh. Definitely.
Shout out to Ralph. Should we get into this?
It ain't Ralph though.
I was gonna save that one for later.
It ain't Ralph though.
Not too much music, but not too much movies either. They did put that new Jackass movie on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, did y'all watch it?
Yes, I got the chance to watch it, and it was the funniest.
Bro.
I was dead. It's so dope that I waited too, because I got the chance to actually like rewind and like actually see what was going on. But yo, these foods are wild.
I did not, but it's definitely I'm gonna watch it. But you could you don't spoil nothing for me if you want to spoil stuff. But yeah, I'm that type of person. I'll still watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
It was funny, bro.
a mind fuck or nothing. Like we know what's gonna happen. People get fucked up.
But if there's
and
like
dumb
any
shit.
like funny things you liked or any skits you liked.
Oh my God, they were all hilarious. First of all, I think it's dope how they tried to add a little inclusion. Like they got Jasper, and they had his dad in it, but they got like more black people in it.
Have
And
you
then
ever?
They added a woman also into it, so they're trying to
Yeah,
add
she
like
was-
more inclusion. But it's still like the main cast. You got Knoxville, Steve-O, Bam was in a couple skits.
Was he really?
Yo,
His whole everything was in a couple skits.
the one that I
That's just
rewinded the
crazy.
most times was when the Trump what was it?
The intro.
No, the marching band,
Oh
and they jumped on the treadmill.
What's name was bleeding? What's name was broke his neck? It looked like it. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh my God! So they're like
Oh,
all playing
man.
instruments, and the treadmill is like it's
All
not like a
that
regular treadmill.
practice for nothing.
It's not like a gym treadmill. Nah, this shit is like
Bro, it is, but it's like full speed.
nah, bro. That shit was huge. It was bigger than just a regular treadmill. It was huge. It was going fast, bro. And they just like jumped on there out of nowhere. They weren't expecting to get that messed up. You could tell they all
Bro.
got fucked up.
And they got marching band helmets on, which are like they're sharp, got sharp edges and shit. So
Bro,
they're hitting their
trombones.
heads on it. Bro, full marching band outfit on.
Steve-O got knocked out. Knoxville was bleeding. Bam was messed up.
They're
Jasper.
like, bro, Jasper.
I was like, wait, that was Jasper?
So they really out there doing the stunts.
No,
though.
yeah.
Hey, have
they
you
do
ever seen
every stunt.
Jasper's show? He has his own show where he like does crazy stuff. He goes around, does crazy stuff, and he has his dad do stuff with him.
Nah.
It's kind of like Jackass, so I see why he was on there.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if they had any influence, but him and his dad are in Jackass, and they be messing with the animals. There was one time where this dude, it's funny because they're so smart about it. Like, you'll think you're going in there for one prank, and then they'll flip the whole prank on you,
That was my favorite one, the snake one, where they thought they were going to get pranked with the snake, but instead they turned the lights off in the room. And who had the
it was
night
like Pitch
vision?
Black. Johnny Knoxville.
Knoxville had the night vision, so he just kept fucking with them. So it was pitch black, bro. And he's the only one that could see, and he just fucking with him.
And then they found the open door. They're like, oh, it's this door. Is this how you get out of here? And it was like, of course, a trap door.
Booby trap.
There's like
bro.
marbles on the floor.
Everything.
Oh shit!
You get fucked
There's
up.
mouse traps on the table, so they're like trying to put their hands on it. They're so messed up. Johnny Knoxville has a taser the whole show. Like,
Yeah, he just randomly chasing people.
it's good.
Who used to
man.
do the?
Yeah.
Did he do that?
Probably it was him and the camera guy.
Oh, it was just the camera guy. So, yeah.
But that's the thing.
dun-
Anybody can get it. Like, they be messing with the camera guy, the guest. Tyler was on there. They tricked it on him.
And he knew it too.
He's like, no, what is this? He said,
was-
why is there metal on here?
They had him playing the piano, and then the seat was like had something on it. He was like, "Why? What is this?" And he
Said,
still
"Nah,
sat
fuck
down,
that."
and it obviously electrocuted him, bro. And he sat back down. That shit,
had
bro.
to.
He jumped so high in the air, bro. And then the director, he was like, "Sit on this." Tyler had him sit on it. He was like, "You sit on this. You feel this." And the director sat on it, bro. This fool flew in the air too. He's like, "What the?" He's like, "Yeah." So Jeff just be setting him up, not even knowing what it feels like.
No,
That's crazy.
I like it because they're not just like senseless skits. They're like, they put some
Nah,
time
yeah,
into
that
this. They actually put some time and like,
Nah, that shit, I was dying laughing the whole time, bro.
me too. I'll definitely watch it again. Because I used to love Jackass. I was talking to this girl and she was like, I never really been a Jackass fan. And I was like, yeah, it's more like boy humor for sure.
Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
stupid, like
You said, they got
Jock.
a girl on there now.
Especially for us, because we were like middle school age when
true.
they were
Like, it's like just
yeah.
silly. Like, why are
Yeah.
they doing that? Getting the shopping cart and just push it down the hill. Like, oh my.
That's like the most iconic thing. Though.
Bro, and they did this 20 years later.
That's
Still
the crazy
going.
part. And look, my guy's almost like full gray. How?
Yeah, no, he broke. He
got knocked
He got
out
fucked up. I was about to say he broke
By
his
a bull-
wrist,
by
broke a
a-
rib, the
by
bull.
a bull. Because in the
What?
like in the first or the last movie they did, he got flipped over by a
Hello.
bull. He was just like had the bull come and trample him. So he did the thing again. He wanted the same effect. But nah, this time he got fucked up.
He just flew. He
He don't even remember.
broke his wrist. Broke her
Bro,
some
he was
ribs.
snoring. Snoring on the ground.
That's scary, bro.
Scary, bro. Everybody was just looking at him like,
And then he came to. They're like, oh, they all clapped it up. They're like, that's why he's the boss. Like, that's how he's the man.
for real.
Because I was wondering, like, how do they choose
definitely
who
put
does
the
what
icing on the
skit?
cake.
Like, who does what? Do they just like, all right, I'll do that one, or I'll do that? Because Steve-O be getting fucked up too.
Nah, Steve-O did the craziest stuff. Not this time. Not this movie. You could tell like he calmed down because obviously he's not on the drugs.
Hella.
Like back then he was on the drugs doing
So
crazy stuff.
What was he? What did he say? He was like, even when I wanted to kill myself, I wouldn't mess with spiders or it was something, snakes or something. He's like, I don't mess with or bulls. He said, I don't fuck with bulls. He said, even when I want to kill myself, I wouldn't get in there with the bull. He said, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that
But
shit
no-
was crazy.
They all
I
have
can't
like
believe
their
he
niche.
Did that,
They
bro.
all have like what they're good at. Like, all right, I'm gonna get fucked up here. That was how the fat guy rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
It was dope though because they still had Wee Man.
I was gonna ask about
Preston.
Wee Man. Wee Man's hilarious.
They're all
bro.
hilarious, dude. All right, after this we could get off it, but when they had the boxing and it was punching bag,
That's all, oh my goodness, bro. Bro, I couldn't believe they were doing that.
and then it zoomed out and it was Preston. I was
Bro.
like, what?
That one and the cup test.
Oh yeah, that was when he did the. I'm like, you
They did
chose.
the slow motion.
He wanted to die, bro.
Oh,
Hey, there wasn't anything like gross though. Like were they? You know how like Steve-O would do some gross shit sometimes.
Nah,
That's what I'm saying.
the worst thing I ever
that's
seen
what you're
Steve-O
talking
do,
No, there's not.
the craziest thing I ever seen Steve-O do was when he swallowed the goldfish live
Do it up.
and he threw it up and it was still alive. And that shit was just started swimming.
And he'll just laugh. Bro,
Nasty ass voice.
He got like something stapled to his butt.
yeah, nah, he used to do crazy.
He got a
stuff,
tattoo in the back of a truck. I think one time,
It
like
was all messed up while I was
yeah,
driving.
it was like a smiley
Yeah.
face. Like I was religiously watching this. I used to love that show. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, the craziest thing Steve-O did was probably the fart. When he was farting in the water.
yeah.
That wasn't even that crazy.
Exactly. They tried to get it to explode.
But that shit was exploding.
It was good. I
They
like
showed the
it.
slow motion.
It was funny.
No, that definitely brought back memories, and it was cool because it was them still on like this day doing it.
Have you watched Abbott Elementary yet?
I haven't though.
It came back last night, if I'm not mistaken. Recontinued its first season. So I know that's huge. Today's shout out to them. I want to let that brief. Today, Atlanta comes back, if I'm not mistaken. It's either today or tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure it's on Wednesday. So by the time this drops, the new season of Atlanta should be out, and that comes on FX. And Snowfall's still going heavy. So FX is kind of winning right now.
Yeah, there.
All these streaming devices, bro.
Yeah.
tight.
They got Dave on FX. Like FX has a lot of the good shows.
Hi, I'm Dave.
A lot of like the artist central, like the more creative shows. FX is winning with, but I know this is huge for Atlanta because they've been gone for like
2 years or 3
no,
years.
it's been like 4.
Has it?
It's been a long time,
Yeah,
bro.
but-
At
Bro,
least 3.
I guess for me, like 2020 to 2022
It's
all
a blur.
feels- Yeah, like
It's like
just
1
all
year.
the same, bro.
I'm still in 2019. Shoot, I didn't even get to finish that year off.
Let me
Actually, I
see.
did. 2020 came fast though.
You all watch Atlanta, correct?
yeah,
Yeah,
And you all like know the premise and plot, and kind of what's going on.
Doughboy.
Yeah, Paperboy.
I mean, Paperboy.
All
I can't
about
watch
my
it now. I
Paperboy.
can't watch it the same now because he was in Eternal.
Exactly. And he had the husband.
Exactly.
I had the husband.
That's why I can't watch it the same now.
I said, "Is that Paper?"
I was wondering if he's like that in real life because he played that.
No, come on.
Come on, bro. He's an
I was
actor.
what I was wondering that in
Maybe,
Atlanta because
though.
in Atlanta he wasn't that gangster. Like he was gangster, but there was a little something to him. Like, is he really gangster or is he playing?
Nah,
I
that's
don't
true.
I never got that vibe when watching Atlanta.
I did.
You just never know, to be honest.
True. Yeah, you never know.
Damn.
That's their business, though.
It says the
Fair
second
enough.
season last aired in 2018. So it's been 4 years
Jesus.
for a show. And they're complaining about
Damn.
Euphoria taking 2 years to come back. So I know this is super hyped. I know I'm really excited. Atlanta's definitely one of my favorite shows. And I feel like they're starting to get like some money now. So I'm interested to see like where they kind of take it. Like they're starting to learn the game. They're starting to learn the rap business. They finally getting Paper out of like the hood and Childish Gambino is his manager. He's finally really starting to like understand the business. I feel like,
And take it more seriously, too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And like for a while they were kind of clashing because like it's new, right? And they didn't think Childish Gambino's character could take him to the next level. But it's always that because it hits something that hits home. Like, all right, you've been with your school boy or like your childhood friend this whole time, and now y'all are really starting to buzz. And it's like, all right, well, are you gonna go and sign with this corporation and try and really recoup, or are you gonna stick with what got you here? And 2K even has a storyline like that. Like, you come up with your manager, your boy, and then once draft day comes, it's like, all right, am I gonna sign with these bigger agents and like they can get me deals faster? They could do this because they know the game, or am I gonna stick it out with my homie because like he's my homie,
That's tight.
and you could just pick. And I definitely you got to pick your homie, man. And I feel like Paperboy picked his cousin Ernst, so I'm like, all right, I think they
I'm going
good.
with the agents, bro. I need that fast money.
I get it though.
I gotta get it fast.
But I'll be looking at, like, look
Wait,
at what
who's my-
LeBron did. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
if it's my friend, yeah. But if it's just like
Put everyone.
what if it's just like a
my
city
friend.
agent that's well known in Denver, and he just
Nah, it's
like,
your
somebody
boy
put
you
me
came
on.
up with.
Okay, yeah, no, of course you have to keep your boy with you.
Even though he don't really know the game, y'all got to learn that together. So I feel like Paperboy really starting to trust Childish, and they really trying to go to the next level now.
That, and I still feel like, let's say you get someone that does have experience. They're already molded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you come with like your people, you can mold it
Yeah.
however you guys decide it to be. You know what I mean?
And usually you're like one of like 15. You're just signing to a machine. Like there, at least you're the main focus. Like everything is put it on you. Who are y'all's favorite characters in Atlanta?
Keith,
Lakeith,
Keith.
the what's his name? I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, but I would agree. He's hilarious. I like Paperboy.
I was about to say Papers.
Yeah, I was like,
hilarious, too.
that's why I was like, I fuck with him.
I like everybody. I like Childish. I like his girl. I like Zazie.
Yeah,
She kills it.
she does. Yeah.
His
What's crazy? They're all big actors now.
yeah,
dude,
like
they're all-
they've gone
yeah,
on to, but they've all kind of like started.
from there.
Yeah, that was definitely their big thing. But it's crazy. Childish Gambino doesn't really. He's like so low key,
bro.
but he's so talented. Like he could take over the world right now if he wanted to.
What I think it is, bro. Sometimes people just need to have their peace.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like you got to take a step back and be like, what really matters? in
No,
life?
and you
Yeah.
watched The Shop, and you were talking about it, and
Yeah.
he even said it like, sometimes I just do things to prove people wrong. He said they said I couldn't make a hit song. He said so I just made an album full of hit songs. Like, and then he was like, I'm petty, so I made no videos about it. Or how he did the This Is America, never talked about it again.
Well, that and
Dropped the biggest song of whatever year that was and never talked about it.
he goes to his wave. He's not like gonna let people speed him up, slow him down, whatever. He's gonna go at his pace.
And he's young,
life.
so like
Yeah.
he has a long time to like dominate.
For sure.
I don't know if y'all remember, he had that movie with Rihanna on.
No promotion.
Yeah,
But it's actually a good movie.
yeah, like
Like-
everything he touches, I feel like is super dope. And aside of that, like he's a musician, and his music's been going to the next level too. Like earlier Childish, you're like, okay, I can see it. He's cool. I forgot what album he dropped before that. You're like, okay, this is actually good. But like since he's dropped the Redbone and like This Is America, and like you're like, nah, this guy has
On
it.
another level.
Yeah, this guy's different than
And
everybody.
If you really followed him, it was interesting kind of his journey and like changing kind of genres, I would say in a sense.
He's a
he
bender.
changed a lot because he went from like I'm rapping to
Well,
like
I thought he did comedy first.
oh yeah, no, he did do comedy
Okay.
first.
Yeah, he did stand up.
And then he was acting. He was like I think Community.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people always say. Like,
He does everything.
have you seen
Oh, yeah,
Community?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. But yeah, he was. That was actually the first place I ever seen him was like as a comedian.
Okay, yeah, and it says he started. I don't know if he started, but it's at 23. He was hired by Tina Fey as a writer for the NBC show 30 Rock.
I've
So
heard
then
that
that's
before.
probably what got him into at least the business, and he's just been going up since there. He's what? How old? 38, 36,
I think that says 38.
38. So I don't know. He has a long time to really figure it out. I feel like he could be like as far as, it's crazy because he does music too, but like as far as like a visionary in the show business, he's like a Jordan Peele. I feel like
I can see that
like-
comparison.
like different.
Yeah.
It's always like left. Like, wait, where did that come from?
The
Or-
thought process is
yeah,
different.
it's different. It's like but it's dope because we need not those traditional thinking black people. Like everybody isn't John Witherspoon and didn't come out of Cali with the Snowfalls and the Boys in the Hood, and like we need those different shows and different kids that grew up different. And what's funny is, do you remember that show too, Lovecraft County?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Like we need we need sci-fi for blacks. The kid from Bel Air, Jabari Banks, he had a Breakfast Club interview. I'm probably gonna play it after the end of this. They had him freestyle at the end. They didn't have him. He wanted to freestyle.
Oh, which one is it?
What?
Who you talking about?
Jabari Banks, Will Smith. He's the main
Okay,
actor.
okay.
He was on there, and
His last name is Banks.
Exactly.
That
in
threw
real
me
life.
off. I was like, what?
That's why he was like, there's a lot of parallels. He's from Philadelphia, but
Okay.
he was talking about just playing Will Smith and it being such a high character role and so much pressure. But he was like, nah, man. It was like, he's like, I do music. He's like, and I'm different. He said, I want to really get into like the sci-fi world. And like, he brought up, he's like, Lovecraft County. He's like, I want to do stuff like that. Honestly, he's like, that's really what I'm into. But we need people like that. So it's dope because I feel like he's going to be one of the young next up too. And it's dope he does music. However, after the Breakfast Club interview, it like cut off. And then it like comes back and he was like, we're about to let him leave. And Jabari says, y'all not going to have me rap? And he said, now you got to sit back down. Now you got to rap. And you're like, you freestyle? You're like, yeah, you freestyling? So they put on a beat. Oh, it's the worst freestyle I've ever heard.
Oh my goodness, he just walked out.
Bro, he should have just left. Even Charlemagne's like, bro, you don't have to do this. He said, all right, for sure. And he just like dapped him up and left. After spitting like 3 of the worst freestyles. So you should definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. Jabari Banks, Breakfast Club. But before it turned left at the end, it was dope to see his thinking and his mental because I don't really know of him before this, but I feel like he's like a young icon in his own to play Will Smith in Bel Air. But I feel like he has a good head on his shoulders, and I think he's headed to like some big stuff. I think that's a name to watch out for sure.
Okay.
I think that's dope that he has that mindset for sure.
Yeah.
Carlton, the dude that plays Carlton, he sings.
Yeah.
He's a singer. He's really good.
He was saying
Okay.
like a lot of the people in that show do a lot of other stuff, but a lot of them have parallels to like the actual show or like the actual Fresh Prince. Like his last name is Banks and he's from like really West Philadelphia and he kills it though. I'm kind of behind in Bel Air, but Bel Air is really good.
Nah, it's good.
People are saying
I'm
saying that it's better than the original.
They didn't grow up with the original.
wow.
I could tell.
That's Twitter going Twitter. But that's what people were saying on Twitter.
Nah, it's not. I could see why because they got like more limits to stretch that they could stretch.
Yeah, they cussing and stuff. They
Cussing,
doing, like,
guns,
that's
sex,
real shit.
sex
Yeah,
scenes,
but that's what I'm gonna say. I feel like
drinking, underage
just-
drinking.
they're too hard to compare. Like I get they're like
Different.
yeah, they're different. Like
No, exactly. So I could see why people could say it's better because maybe they enjoy more of
This
that
one more.
freedom
Well,
of
like I said
shows
with-
versus a family themed show.
yeah, and I also think recency bias always plays an effect. Like
True. That's why I said I don't
Yeah.
think they grew up with Will Smith like
The
I did.
original.
I literally went home. That show raised me. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
That was like another parent in the house for me. I was growing up learning lessons with Will. Like, yep, okay. When I get
feel
to
that.
that, yep. When I do that, yep, okay.
was,
when I get into a drinking challenge, okay.
That was 106 in Park for me.
No, that too.
Couldn't wait to get home and see
That
what,
too. AJ and Free Days.
see what was on the countdown.
Nah, definitely. I miss like keeping up with videos like that. Cause nowadays I'm like, oh dang, they got a video to that. Oh dang, it's like I gotta go on YouTube and watch the
You
videos.
gotta do the research.
Right. I was looking for my headphones.
Next up, I don't know why you sent me this,
That's just funny, bro.
but no, it's interesting to talk about because have y'all heard of Ball Sack Sports? Have you, Uriah?
No.
I don't know what's going on, but there's this recent thing on the internet where people are just putting out so much fake news and they're just seeing if it'll catch on. And Ball Sack Sports is literally like, if you check their bio, they're showing you how people like copy and paste and like how anybody can just put a player picture, and they're telling you how to like really cite your sources basically. But in the meantime, they're trolling, so they're just putting out like a bunch of random shit. So if you ever see like a whole bunch of random quotes from NBA players, it's probably like one was Markieff Morris was talking about the Lakers bubble ring, and then even Markieff was like, I didn't say that. He said my brother was on the team. Why the hell would I say that? But their thing is they're trying to see if they could get it to like ESPN, and like a lot of times it's making it to like ESPN. Like a lot of these fake stories. LeBron coming back, or not LeBron, Tom Brady coming back, they posted that LeBron reached out to Tom Brady and was one of the
did see
people that
that.
convinced him. That came from Ballsack Sports.
I thought you was about to say the whole thing about Tom Brady coming back.
No,
I was like, what? He's not coming back?
just the LeBron thing.
You'd have been happy, huh?
Nah, I just been mind blown. Like, dang, what is going on?
But like, yeah, it's like a whole bigger pun within a pun. So like, they're trying to
And now
teach people.
that made it to ESPN that he reached out to LeBron, or LeBron reached out to him. Because
Like
I did hear that.
Scott Van Pelt like quoted. He was like, "Yeah, shout out to Tom Brady coming back. It only took a phone call from Ronaldinho and LeBron to," and that's who was geeked on Ballsack Sports. But that was like the second time it happened. But either way, it's like a thing right now where people are just putting out fake stories to see what it catch on. And this was one of them. It says Drewski and Ice Cube respond to Friday prequel rumors. So earlier this week,
Bro, Vince Staples playing Smokey is
I think it was on Twitter mostly, but it was trending that they were renewing Friday and they were going to do a prequel. And they were casting Vince Staples and Drewski to headline it. But in the meantime, since it's gone viral, it says Drewski responded Cap to it. And it also made it to Ice Cube's front door. You know, Ice Cube don't come out outside, but he also retweeted it and was like, "This is blasphemy."
Yo, but I think those two together, it is crazy that news is just going wild like that. But those two together,
Would be a funny show or a movie or whatever. it would
whatever.
be.
But I don't know how they would. I don't know if they'd be right for Friday.
Yeah, and they can't rework Friday without Ice Cube. So, like,
right.
first of all, that's fake. But do we need everything doesn't need, like, I get it. I was wrong about the Bel Air. I'll take that one. I didn't think Bel Air needed it. That shit's cold. I get it. It's tight. But come on, everything doesn't need a freaking.
I agree. Everything doesn't need one. I understand the Bel Air one because it's like a family theme, and they're like they want to stretch it and do something new, but they want that same story, and just like because you wonder, just like we said Steve Urkel, like I could see them redoing that one, just to like redo it. It's like how would you redo Friday? That shit was already gangster. What are you gonna do? Like do the same thing again, same plot? Nah, we don't need that. You know, like some things don't need to be redone.
I just think it's very hard to be better than something that's already like classics. I think that's the issue. Is they try to remake the most popular things, and I'm like, it's not gonna live up to expectations because it has to be like on par with what's already came out. And if it's not, we're disappointed.
Immediately, like it gets trashed immediately.
Like how high?
Exactly, and that's what a lot of people were comparing it to. Like they failed so short.
That shit was poop.
And I don't even know what the premise of second how high it was, but this seems like it would be like a prequel, so it would take place before what happened. But like then these people don't even look like
Exactly.
so then that wouldn't even make sense. Like Drewski as Ice Cube, come on, that's terrible.
So he's in high school.
That's why Ice Cube would be pissed. Like, nah, man,
You guys comparing me to him?
he's not playing me, son. We don't look alike.
Like I have a son that looks just like me.
Exactly.
If anything, he's gonna be it.
Yeah.
But like you said, that set aside, I do think Vince and Drewski should do something together because it would probably be funny.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Vince is hilarious, bro. And Drewski is
And
yeah.
Drewski. All right, should we get into some music, goss?
Let's get it.
Should we play this song?
Yeah, play it.
Let's see if it
I didn't get to
pops
hear
up.
it yet. I was just reading the lyrics. The lyrics are hilarious. I don't know why I didn't play this now. I forgot what I
I'm
was
the
doing.
reason the whole world I gotta crush it. Filet your fishes, then you should be disgusted. How dare you sell a square fish, asking us to trust it? A half slice of cheese, Mickey D's on a budget. Arby's crispy fish is simply it. With lines round the corner, we might need a guest list. Eggs at stage left, the sandwiches taste fresh. A little cube of fish from a clown is basic. Say less, this argument is baseless. Drowned in tartar, that filet o fish is tasteless. See, Arby's
nigga got
only
bars.
deals in the
For
greatest.
real,
I
though.
bet the house on it like it's Vegas. I could sell water to a well. How could you ever think I'd fail? Yeah, the crispy fish sandwich blazing trails. The mother clowns just too frail. Yeah, if you know me and you know me well, all fish is gonna tip that scale.
This is a paid advertisement brought to you by Arby's.
This gonna be on TV?
Probably already is.
I need to see this on TV. That's hilarious. But yeah, Pusha T got bars for days. That's crazy.
They were definitely clowning McDonald's. They said half a piece of cheese is Mickey D's on a budget.
Well, that's probably the most disrespectful line, bro, right there. It's drowned with tartar sauce.
He said a square fillet of fish. That don't even seem right. But it's crazy how life go full circle, because I don't know if y'all realize or even know, but Pusha T is credited for giving McDonald's their slogan, "I'm loving it."
I think I did know that.
He made a song for him way back, and they just used the song at that time, but eventually they just held on to that "I'm loving it" kind of slogan. So he kind of gets paid every time they use that.
Damn, and then
So-
he just going
and now, now he's just coming back with Arby's and putting that And he is he the king of diss tracks at this point?
Oh yeah, he definitely made his career dissing.
Yeah, bro. I don't think you want
Like
to go.
all his hottest tracks are diss tracks.
rappers, fast food chains. Everyone should stay away,
Stay
bro.
away. I'm not going to either of these places, but it's dope to see like them stepping outside the box for some advertisement. Like, do we
But
think?
if I would and I had to pick, I think that he just won me over with the Arby's, and I don't even like Arby's.
Right, I'm like,
What
maybe
is
I'll
Ar-
check out the fish. Maybe they fish sandwiches
boom,
good.
boom, boom, boom. We have the meat. Bro, they commercials be I wonder how much meat they be giving out. Pause.
Big,
So
big pause.
it's funny you
That
say
would
that
be
also
huge.
because you know when they say that Arby's, we have the meats,
Yeah.
and then that song starts playing.
Uh-huh.
That song that starts playing also features Pusha T, and Push owns 50% of that song. So whenever they play that song,
What? This
Push-
was
it-
just-
Damn.
and I wanted
so they
to
was
look
just
up,
like, let's refresh the song.
yeah, whatever that doom doom doom. I forgot the artist's name, but Pusha's featured on it. So they got to get approval from that artist and Pusha T. In the meantime, I seen that on Twitter. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Pusha T's
That's why he's
his
the
manager
president.
Stephen Victor was talking about it, and he was like, "That's probably one of my most biggest accomplishments is convincing Pusha T to get on that song." Because now look at it, Arby's uses it every day.
It's crazy. Royalties.
Yeah, so shout out Push. It's called the Spicy Fish Diss Track. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on a commercial near you.
On iTunes.
But do we think Mickey D's is gonna respond? They gotta go pick up Drake, right? Like, there's nothing else they could do. There's no one else they could.
bro. Who are they? No one wants.
They might
it,
as well
though.
keep that shit going.
The only person that like, I don't even know, bro. I don't know if there's anyone.
Nobody want that smoke
Nobody.
with Push.
Nobody.
Maybe Kendrick could go toe to toe with Push in a diss track.
I feel like he respect Push too much. So.
Exactly, but I'm saying going toe to toe. But he don't want that problem either.
Yeah.
And it's tough because Kendrick don't be outside, so you don't even got nothing to say about him.
For real.
Like, we know all
You
Drake's
feel
dirt.
me? Just say that, bro. Man, the way it's stepping up to Pusha, it's crazy.
Mm.
I give it to Drake for trying though.
Shout out Push. Should we get into some music? Any music came out this weekend?
A little bit.
None that really caught my attention that I can remember.
Chevy Woods.
Okay. It's been a minute since I heard that name. I always fuck with Chevy.
I think I saw that Lil Durk drop the deluxe, right?
Yep.
I seen that, but was it one more song?
That's what I thought. And then he just added it to the other one.
Couple of them
Computer
sprinkled in
Murders?
there. I think I caught another one that I didn't hear before.
Because look at this one and the other one. It was like 18 tracks and then 17 tracks.
Yeah, but he updated it. Because now there's, look, it goes 1-1, and then it starts. And then there's still,
Oh, so there's two? Wait.
nah, so it's 18 tracks now.
So he just added one song.
Yeah, but I don't know why the first one's
It's 1-1.
yeah, and then it starts counting.
Okay, so you just had
17.
Yeah, Chevy was Cy Ari the Kid. Y'all listen to him?
I heard of him before.
He's pretty dope.
Did you find him on just the main?
I just looked at
That
everybody
page?
that dropped, and I was just going through. So now I'm looking at the albums that I saved that were pretty hot. Other than that, yeah, the other ones were pretty dope. Bro, I was listening to this one. It was like Ding Dong,
Bing Bong?
Bing Bong. I thought it was an album, so I played it. I'm over here washing dishes, bro. So I can't. My hands is wet, so I can't change the song. Bro, it's the same song over and over, just different features.
Yeah.
It was tight.
It had
but
like
it
all the
was-
New York people on it.
Yeah,
I just heard
was
it, and
tight.
I'm like,
then
is this
it
is this new?
Then they had
Did
like
I have that little phrase like "bing bong"?
Yeah, it was that
Yeah.
dude. It's his song.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What?
he's a rapper. You told us. You told me that dude was a rapper.
The heavy set dude,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, it's him.
Yeah,
Bing Bong song, just with hella different features.
but it's like the
hilarious.
New York mix. I think Busta's on it. Fat Joe was on it.
Yeah, there's people that's not from New York on there too.
Yeah,
Dang, that's
it was
messed up.
long. I think I only
didn't
heard-
even remember his
Bro,
name.
there's
I
like
feel bad.
10 of them, and then they did the instrumental where it's like nobody. Then they did the opposite where it's
Did they have
just
Byron
him
on
without the beat.
Oh, so it's a whole album of just
Bro,
the same
like 10
song.
tracks. Bro, one had just like all New York on them. Another one has all New York on them. Another one has like, bro, I'm trying to go to it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm a.
That's
I'll
I'm gonna
download
pass.
one.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm
I'm
gonna pass
mad.
on
I was listening to that, bro.
You said you couldn't change.
Bro,
You was in too deep.
I-
But you also didn't know, so like you're like, okay, this song's cool, and then it
bro,
could
by
play
the
again.
third one, I realized I was like, wait,
That's hilarious,
is it the same
bro.
song playing? Because he'll change his verse too a little bit.
Okay, that's funny.
So it's cool, but it's not. Look at the acapella, radio edit, Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Vado, Trey the Truth. Trey the Truth ain't from New York.
Nah,
See?
I think I just heard the New York song. I didn't know it was a whole album of the same
Yeah, it's
song.
literally 10
I
tracks.
thought you just downloaded
different
one
versions.
song and just replayed that song.
No, bro, it's 10 tracks. It'll go off and it'll come on again. Same beat.
That
That's
sounds
the thing.
horrible.
Yeah.
I'd have been
10
upset.
tracks,
I would
same
have
beat.
deleted that immediately.
I would have been like,
Bro,
yeah,
I didn't save it. Definitely
No
didn't
more.
save it.
What you got here? Right? You said anything?
Nah, not that's new. Most of the stuff I visited this week was from the
Trying to
weekend
catch up,
before. Yeah,
Other
but
than the one Lil Durk extra.
the Benny definitely is fire. I still think that Lucky Day album is that's one of the best albums this year so far.
Facts.
I think.
That and the Benny to me.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, and the Lil Durk. This
Yeah.
was that week was a good week. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Definitely.
And I still think it's crazy to me. Like I think the Earth Gang album's really good, and I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's really caught traction with anyone.
Yeah, I haven't had a really chance to listen to it because I've been stuck on the Lucky. It's hard not to go back to that Lucky. You wake up, you're like, what should I listen to? Yeah, let's go to the Lucky. That shit's a vibe. I did hear about a couple of new albums. One I'm not sure it didn't come out this past week, but I think it's newer. The Cool Kids. I don't know if do y'all remember the Cool Kids from back in the day?
Benny and the Block.
Is that one of the songs?
That's one of the artists.
No, Mikey Rocks.
Mikey
and,
Rocks.
And I forgot the dude's name. But yeah, same Cool Kids. They redropped a album called Before Shit Got Weird. 21 songs. Features the likeness of Guap Dad 4000. Looks Don Cannon, Pac Div. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but it's dope because I've always liked Mikey Rocks as a rapper. The other dude is a little bit more into the beats. He does a lot of the beats. I'm gonna look up his name because that's my dog too. But like their dynamic is so dope, and the LimeWire era, they were running the LimeWire. They're like one of the first
I'm Mikey.
backpackers.
I rock.
Exactly.
I'm Mikey.
So I downloaded this
I rap.
immediately. I'm definitely gonna check it out. And they're still giving us that old fabric. It says 21 songs, an hour and 2 minutes. Nowadays, you get 21 songs. It's a smooth 32 minutes. So I'm gonna definitely sit down and try and grow with this album. Shout out to the
Chuck
Cool
English.
Kids. Chuck English. Chucky English and Mikey Rocks. Yes. Shout out to the Cool Kids. But it's dope to see they still cool together. Like we see groups fall out all the time over petty shit, one thing or another. So it's cool to see them 10, 15, maybe even 20 years later. I don't really remember when they started
That was a long time ago, yeah, because
and got together.
it was 08 when I was on them.
Yeah, I remember when they started popping, but I don't know how long they've been.
They definitely
like,
have some
moving.
good features though.
Um,
Pac Div, I haven't
I
heard
feel
them
like they
release
were old
anything
in
in a minute.
08, bro. They got to be old.
Nah, they're not too old. They're like around our age, like a little older than us.
Think so? What's their
Probably.
age? Right?
Man, Mikey Rocks look good, bro. I still follow Mikey. He's not that old.
But Lil Durk's album sold 120K the first.
So Mikey Rocks is like 34,
Okay.
35, somewhere on there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like
And
a little older.
then
Than us.
Chuck is a couple years old now, so like 37. So yeah, they're
Yeah.
a little older.
Yeah, still young niggas doing their thing. Shout out to them. I don't know. I think that's Chuck over there. Got his hair looking prosperous, so they look like they stress free. Still in the little Jeep Wrangler, white on white. Also, Bo Price. I think he just goes by Price now. He used to be signed to Hit Boy, and he was in that group. What's your group's name? And they used to be like Earth Gang before Earth Gang. Remember, and they had that Friday song.
What? No.
But either way, his name is
I
Price,
listened to this.
and
It's just type.
yeah, he has features from Big Crit, Wale, L.A., Wyclef. It's called the Price EP. So it looks like he's kind of stepping out on his own and trying to do his own thing. You said you listened to it. It's only 7 songs, so it's like a little EP. How is it?
It's cool. The theme is like a rap battle almost, but it's like, nah, it's tight. I don't know who this guy is before I listened to it, but it's
You've
good.
heard him before, for
I-
sure.
You're making me seem like I did.
No, you have,
he's
for sure.
part of
You
a
listened
group.
to him with me. Let me see if I can pull him up. They put up Bow Wow. Audio Push. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Audio Push. And they were signed to
Yeah,
Hit Boy.
I forgot about them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they had a little vibe. They had like a little movement. Remember
They
had
were Earth Gang before
See?
Earth Gang. That's crazy.
they had the dude with
Yeah,
the
Audio
longer
Push
hair.
was
Bro, I
real
really
fast and
haven't.
shit.
I haven't thought about Audio Push since like 2015, bro.
Exactly, but
Like-
they were moving for a while, and like I said, they were signed to Hit Boy, and they were making Hit Boy rap. Like that's when I first heard Hit Boy was actually a rapper. I'm like, oh, Hit Boy
That's crazy.
doing his thing. But yeah, he was with Audio Push. His name was Bo Price, and then he
Bro,
kind
I
of
feel like I have some albums of them on mine.
yeah, for sure. Like they were
No, I
popular,
definitely
bro.
do for sure.
So I definitely want to at least give him a listen. You know,
Okay.
yeah. Remember this video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Which one is Price?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Price.
Okay, definitely. That's so funny,
Yeah,
bro.
these niggas. They were definitely. Teach me how to jerk. Was that them?
Nah.
Why they pop up over here like that's them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think that was them.
But yeah, I think
You just teach me how to share.
I don't know. It's at 23 milli. I think y'all said last week was popping for music. I think people took this week off and they gearing up for next week.
I hope.
I hope so.
Cypress Hill. Y'all listen to Cypress Hill?
Not
Nah,
really,
not
but I
really.
know who they are
Okay. Dizzy Wright was on there. It was cool.
on their album.
Yeah, that's what.
What's the name of their album?
I don't even know, bro.
Can I be honest with you?
I didn't save it. It wasn't that good.
I think
I was just wondering if y'all listen to Cypress Hill.
I'm kind of disappointed in Dizzy Wright.
Yeah,
I really thought he was gonna take off and be
Me
big, bro.
too.
I wonder what happened. Low key, ever since things kind of fell off with his label, he kind of like just hasn't been as popping.
Yeah, I haven't really heard too much from him.
Makes me wonder if like the label head was a big part of what they had going on.
I mean, they was popping. Were they popping as a group? You think? Because they little group was popping with Hopsin.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's
You know, and then obviously Dizzy Wright. Honestly, Hopsin was cold too, but Dizzy Wright was like the best rapper. Actually, they were all pretty dope in their own way. Benson, all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I mean,
they all were.
What's his name?
Jared
Jared.
Benton.
Yeah.
But like I said, maybe it was I forgot who he was, but he was like the head of their marketing and like the head of their label. He was pretty well known, and I feel like he might have been like a lot of the brains of the operation there. But Dizzy's still putting out music. It's not like he's not putting out music. So it's weird to see it's not really catching on as much as it was.
Yeah, he just dropped some not too long ago. I don't know if it was this year, maybe
He
the end
drops
of
often.
last year.
He does drop often. I think people were gearing up for next week. We got Young Lotto,
Yep,
Big
777.
Lotto dropping next week. Honestly, I don't listen to Mulatto. Well, formerly known as Mulatto. I don't even know if we could call her that no more.
Why she changed her name?
Yeah, her name is Lotto.
She officially said that?
Her name is Lotto.
Okay.
Officially.
It's Big Lotto.
But yeah, I don't really listen to her. But when I was saying like other girls I listen to, somebody was like getting on my neck, like, you don't listen to Lotto? She's nice. This, and the dirt. So I think it's pretty hyped. I think a lot of people are waiting for it. This is like her debut, I think you would say.
She gonna be the new City Girls in the club.
I think would be considered her debut album.
The
She ain't gonna
budget
be that
must have been
hot.
high because she has some good features for sure.
Yeah. Let's pull up her feature list.
Yeah, they're trying to smack. It's like,
That's what she said.
I wonder who it was.
Yeah, well, let the people know what you're talking about.
In the interview, she said one of her features was pressing her and was trying to. I forgot how she said it, bro. This is some South way she said it, but basically they were trying to smack, and they wanted to smack for the feature, but
Like they
eventually-
wouldn't clear it if
like they were like she reached out for a feature, and then his first intention was trying to smack.
See,
But he eventually did the feature, but she felt a certain way about putting the feature on her song. But she was pressed for time, and she really liked the song, and she liked the artist, and she really wanted the artist on her project. So she ended up just doing it.
I thought it was because the person or she wouldn't respond to his DMs after like he was trying to get at her.
yeah.
So then they held up like it getting processed through the label or cleared through the label.
Yeah, I think that's what it said. It said he wouldn't clear it for her because he wasn't responding to her DMs after he made it. Here, let's see what she's talking right here.
Deal with these men, you know what I'm saying? They,
A horse's
they don't know
mouth.
how to keep it business, and then they want to like.
What do you mean by that?
So like, I don't care. Like
You could
baby,
tell
I'm
she don't
just
even
keep
want to talk
running.
about it.
It's a feature on my album that it was difficult to clear, and they like trying to drop their nuts on me because I won't respond to a DM.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she
Really?
said
Is it
drop their
and
nuts on
without
me.
saying the name, but is it artist or producer or somebody?
Artist.
Oh wow!
Artists, yeah.
And they'll still be on the album.
Yeah, just because I love the song so much and I had to turn it in yesterday, so I didn't really have a choice. So I was like backed into a corner like bully. But I wish more females would speak up on stuff. I know like the label and stuff, they say, you know, don't do that, bad business, whatever. Man, these folks be trying to drop
Yeah.
nuts on female rappers.
then-
Like, I'm not gonna shut up about it.
Also, too, Lotto, it's like you gotta expose the game too.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody that's coming up either next to you, behind you, or
Right.
you know, it could be a year or two. And sometimes,
agree with
Lotto,
that.
we think that that's the way it's supposed to be. Like
Right.
some people probably think like, oh, that's how
Right.
you get in the business.
Right.
That's how you get a
We
song
tolerate too much. We think like, oh well, that just come with the game being a female rapper. No, it shouldn't though.
cleared. Right.
I'm
It
sorry you
shouldn't.
have to
That's
deal with
lame.
that.
Because
Yeah, it's
they
lame.
definitely wouldn't do that to pick any
You
male
know,
rapper.
you ain't doing that to your fellow male rapper.
Yeah, you're not
Like,
hitting the
come
future up
on.
like, hey man, what's happening? man?
Come
What's up?
on,
Yeah.
come on.
Obviously.
Are you a fan of that person first?
That's
Like,
so
like,
funny,
oh, man, I was
bro.
a fan.
I will say this, everybody on my album, I don't like go seek features if I don't listen to their
Right.
music or I'm
so
like
it meant something to you.
so it meant something to me for sure. Like I was definitely rubbed the wrong way, but I love the song so much and I didn't want to not put it on my album, so I'm like I don't have no choice. And
Because
I didn't have
we-
time to
Is it?
So yeah, that had the internet in shambles. Not only because it's like fucked up, but she dropped her track listing, and there's only like 11 songs, so it's not too hard to pinpoint. like it's
Like
only a
4
few
people,
people.
5
Yeah,
people.
13 songs
All right, let's see.
plus a bonus song.
21. She said it's not 21.
Damn,
Jeez.
what if it's the remix or the
Unknown.
the unknown feature?
Yeah, she has
That's
features.
why they left it that way.
The 777 album
Maybe
drops
she's
this
setting this all
Friday,
up.
the 25th, and she has features from 21 Savage, Lil Wayne, Childish Gambino, Lil Durk, Nardo Wick, and Kodak Black. And it's funny because there's all dudes on here. Like,
She don't
I
fuck
love
with
how
no
women
female.
talk like that, women empowerment stuff, but she has no women on
Nah,
there.
this
Just
is rap. yeah.
something interesting. There's a lot of women rappers for sure. But regardless, it had the internet in shambles because people were like, "Who could it be?" It's on. Immediately, niggas was like Kodak, Lil Durk off limits. So we probably not talking about Lil Durk. I was like, maybe Lil Wayne. And then I started reading more, and I'm like, Kodak? Oh, it was definitely Kodak. And I think everybody thought it was Kodak. But Kodak came back, and he had to make his intentions clear. Like, nah, son. Especially because they both young, too. Everybody's probably automatically going to go to Kodak. And you said she said it wasn't 21? Because I was like, maybe it was 21.
In that interview, I don't know if you cut it off before I did it, but he was gonna be like, was it 21? And she was like, nah, that's my brother.
Kodak tweeted a couple of days ago. He said, that mulatto girl was not talking about me, homie. Smiley face. Laughing face. I see y'all steady reaching, LOL. Shawty ain't even say a nigga name on that shit. I don't know why the fuck y'all trying to make a nigga wear that jacket. I'm too fly for that shit, homie. So Kodak trying to defend himself. But it does suck that this is the reality for a lot of women in the industry. Like nigga, I'm just trying to make music. I'm out. I don't want to have your baby. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I instantly thought it was Kodak. I still might think it's Kodak.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody was like, as soon as you said that mulatto girl, I knew it was him instantly.
Yeah, I'm still wondering who it is. I don't know.
But I'm
I think
glad-
it's the bonus one because I can't see any of these guys doing it.
Nah, I feel like I can see Kodak doing that shit. I can see Kodak doing it.
What are our expectations for the Mulatto album? I said I don't really listen to her much, but
I think it's be hot. I think it's gonna be hot.
you said she had a nice budget behind her.
She probably would if considering the features. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna get paid for this, and so I mean, I feel like seemed like
The
the
Lil Wayne,
features she has, she's like at a bigger status.
Exactly.
Lil Wayne and Childish Gambino together. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
She definitely had a budget behind her. You could tell. That's why I think it's a big deal that she's getting ready to drop. So, and she's been rapping for a long time. Like Mulatto's been, she was kind of like not a kid star, but she was like a teenage star type shit. No, 777 drops this week. Pusha T's album also drops the 25th. I Know Nigo. We just talked about him being the best diss rapper ever. What are our expectations for Push?
Straight fire.
If y'all don't know, it's half produced. He said half of the songs are produced by
Kanye.
and half are produced by Pharrell. So I'm expecting at the least immaculate sounds and
Bro, that's just gonna be a vibe. Him and Pharrell back together, producing together, and then you already know him and Kanye.
he does. I was wondering if he dropped the track list. He did, because one of the track list songs. First of all, I think it's only like 11 songs, but one of the songs has clips on it. So it's him and his brother getting back into his.
That's dope.
And you know that has to be produced by Pharrell.
Has to.
So I'm that's one of the ones I'm looking forward to.
Interesting.
And we are back from commercial break. I was able to pull up the track listing for I Know Nigo, 325, King Push, 11 songs. Looks like every song has a feature. React.
Except for when it says with Pusha T. What does that mean?
Maybe that one just means it's just him. Like all of them else has a feature, and he's like, nah, this is just me. Hear me clearly.
Hear me now. I don't know why I can hear him say that.
I think the very first song about to be crazy.
He has Tyler on here.
Teriyaki Boys.
Two times.
Well, he's got ASAP and Tyler. Whenever ASAP and Tyler get on a track together,
True.
it's fire.
It's usually a classic.
ASAP, Tyler, then ASAP by himself, and then the
And
last
then
track
another
is
one with
Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah,
with
so
by
he
himself.
was tapped in.
A sleeper one, Pharrell and Gunna. That's crazy.
Functional Addict.
I don't know who the Teriyaki Boys are though.
Yeah, Teriyaki Boys.
He does have a song on here with Clips, number 3, getting back into his roots. I know Pharrell has to produce that. Pop Smoke,
Uzi.
ASAP Ferg,
I'm curious how Cuddy's gonna come on. his
Cuddy.
song.
Especially because Cuddy not cool with
Cudi.
Kanye no more.
Yeah.
That one snuck in there.
Like,
I
is
didn't
that
see
I wonder if that's over Kanye's, but like, I know, Kanye petty. Like, nah, take him off. Push, like, nah,
Everything's over Kanye.
I can't take that off.
Yeah, they'll get over it.
Nah, I mean over a Kanye beat. Like, I wonder if that's over a Kanye beat or a Pharrell beat.
Oh, I got you.
Probably Kanye.
Has to be Kanye.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Who you
Definitely.
most shocked by to be on here?
Teriyaki boys.
definitely.
Okay,
But nah,
besides
Other than that, Pops.
Nobody, because Push fucks with everybody, bro. That's why I like Push. He embraces the young people. And you might think Pop Smoke, but his manager, Steven Victor, also manages Pop Smoke. So, like,
Okay.
Push
ASAP Ferg, maybe.
Push was one of the first people who was on board with Pop, and he was instrumental in him and Steven signing Pop.
For me, I think it's Uzi.
I'm interested to see what that's gonna sound
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, that's
For
why I
real.
think it's like.
Yeah, but that's a wild combination.
It's gonna be fire though. I'm banking on that.
No, this whole album about to be fire. It's about to be an album. Well, that's usually the case with Pusha T. You could play his albums from start
Yeah,
to
he
finish.
knows how to make a good album for sure.
Speaking of ASAP Ferg, Roddy Rebel dropped a project.
Speaking of Ferg, they do kind of sound alike.
They do. They kind
Definitely.
of gotta even look like.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he dropped
There's
a
some New York.
project, and I was like, "This is definitely ASAP Ferg."
Recently or a while ago?
Yeah, this past Friday,
Oh.
and it was part of the list of things I was listening to. He dropped it with somebody else. It's ASAP. I mean, Roddy Rebel and Trav. That's what it was. Roddy Rebel and Trav.
Just trap.
Yeah, just TRAV.
I didn't know Trav was out here like that.
Damn. Okay, trap.
Shout out shout out our boy Trav.
Yeah.
Shout out Mouth.
Definitely was getting ASAP Ferg vibes. That's why I made me
I
think
feel
of
like
that.
there's some other shit that drops this weekend too. I want to say Buddy. I might be making that up.
Nah, I feel like you're right. I'll check real quick.
Buddy was definitely on the upcoming list.
Yeah. Well,
I
it
don't
was
know when
in
he's
March.
dropping, though.
It was in March, and that's the
March,
last
yeah.
week of March. It has to be.
Okay.
And there was like one other person that was supposed to be dropping too. But I feel like this past week about to be kind of. It's gonna be
Lit.
yeah. And it's already been a good week for music. So
Spring. Oh, did y'all listen to that Blick Blick? Coi Leray and Nicki Minaj?
nah, not yet.
I've
actually.
seen it.
What?
but I
You didn't
didn't.
listen to it?
Nah. How is it?
We got to end with it.
Yeah, Buddy
pretty
comes
cool.
out super ghetto.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. I like Buddy a lot.
What's his track listing looking like? Tinashe off the bat. He got the Blast Long, T-Pain, Ari, 10 tracks, 32 minutes.
Okay, T-Pain.
Yeah. Buddy too. He's one of them ones. Like his first album was a classic.
For sure.
Like I think it's a certified like classic. I don't even know if that was his first album, so I won't say his first
I was
album.
going to say he dropped the album?
But Harlan and Alondra, I don't know if it's his first album or like his most recent album, but it's classic. Buddy's one of them ones, and I know a lot of people are waiting on it. He dropped that in 2018, so it's been a while since you dropped like a real project.
One thing about Buddy is like he's just a great overall artist.
Yeah, that's the thing too. He has that single with Blast, and it's funny because I think of Buddy more of like a singer, but he's like rapping on the whole song, and he's just letting Blast sing, and I'm like, why is he just rapping? But like you said, he's a full artist. Like sometimes you want to rap, sometimes you want to sing. That's the dope part. But whenever you want to go in either bag, he crushes them.
Bro, the first song I heard from him was Shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to play that song every day, over and over. I don't know. There's just something about that song that was dope.
Honestly, he just has a lot of good songs to be honest.
Yeah,
I'ma make it shine.
his features are good. I'm looking forward to that.
Whenever you get invited to someone J. Cole, you're doing something right.
Any other albums we're looking forward to or songs? How was that Blick Blick, Coi Leray?
It was cool. Coi Leray,
She just on the hook?
yeah, basically a little
know
hook,
it, yeah.
a little rap hook again. It's not. I want to say it was like a
She stuck to her 20 words.
exactly, but exactly. But she made it. She let Nicki Minaj do her thing basically, and she didn't try to like overshine. She was just like happy for the future. You could tell like she was just like, okay, cool. Nah, she was. Just listen to it. We'll probably end with it.
I'm sure it's gonna
Let's-
played at some point.
Let's end with it. But to answer your question,
I was gonna
Lil-
end with the audio.
Lil
push.
Durk and Metro booming. Oh, you could end with the audio push. That's cool. Just go listen to it on your free time. It's not that long of a song. Like I said, Coi Leray kept her little 20 words.
thing
But it's
is,
cool what she did with it. It's tight.
Sounds good.
It's Nicki's song.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
let's just be honest.
Like Nicki's just warming up for something. She's
Yeah.
probably coming with full
She's
throttle
getting
with
ready
some
to drop.
stuff.
Nicki don't just
So-
drop singles. Like whenever
Right.
Nicki drop,
She
you
get on
can tell
her,
she's getting ready to
yeah.
drop something.
Her lyrical exercise, her feature run. You know how they do that before they drop their projects. But
The rollout.
exactly. But I saw Lil Durk and Metro Boomin was gonna drop a project, and they confirmed it that it's coming. So
That'd be hot.
They said soon, right?
yep, soon.
That'd be hot. You asked me about the 2 Chainz Drink Champs. I seen he was getting ready to drop a lot too. He has a deluxe coming. Exactly.
Oh, a deluxe. Okay.
Well, he has a deluxe coming, and then he also has Collie Grove too with Lil Wayne coming. He said
Nice.
these are already done.
that's just gonna be epic
Yeah.
too, bro. I'm
Because
excited.
I like the first Collie Grove. Them
What?
two
That
together
shit
was cold.
fire.
Hella.
And he said it should come this year. And then he also said he has a album with Static Selector, which should be different
I
because
don't
you
know
know
who that is.
he's more of like a New York producer. He produced a lot for Joey. I'm sure you, Static Selector. I'm sure you've heard a lot of his
songs I've heard. Yeah,
beats
just never
a
realized.
lot, but he's more New York based, so it's interesting to see him get on that. And he's like, because Nori was giving him a lot of praise for this last album. He was like, bro, I think you got the album of the year. And Nori was like, you my dog. And I'm not just saying that because you here. Like, I don't even got your phone number, but like, he was really rocking with 2 Chainz' album. And he was like, I feel like you're underrated as a lyricist. And 2 Chainz was like, what's funny is this isn't even my lyrical album. He was like, I got an album with Lil Wayne about to come out, and I got a album with Static Select that I'm really like getting these bars off. And he was like, these are just ready to get mixed and mastered at this point. So it sounds like we might be getting more music from 2 Chainz also.
I'm with it. I feel like it's like crazy. Like he's big, but I feel like he's pretty underrated
Yeah,
too. Like,
yeah.
City boy.
For the amount of like work he's put in and the quality, I think 2 Chainz is a little underrated too.
And bro, he's just like a prime example. Like you could do anything at any point in life, bro.
And pop whenever.
Yeah, bro, because he's in his 40s. He's
Yeah.
probably almost pushing 50 at this
Probably.
point. We'll double check that, but still, the fact is like, bro, you could do whatever you want at any time. You just got to keep pushing, bro.
Yeah, and he still got his hair long. He's still striving. Got that hairline intact.
real.
2 Chainz is striving out here.
It was hella tall.
Hella.
I forgot what performance I saw, and I realized how tall he was. I
He be
was like,
doing the dances.
"Damn." For
There's
real.
only like 2 tall rappers, bro.
There's kind of a few now, but there's only like 7 for sure.
Yeah, you're right. There's
Because
like
that fool,
Davies.
yeah, I was gonna
there's,
say that fool Davies is kind
Yeah.
of tall.
Okay, so he's 44, but still, bro.
Yeah, he's up there. Joyner Lucas is kind of tall. Speaking of,
Yeah.
before we get in off music though, this came up recently. It's been kind of quiet for Kanye, but of course he always has to make his way into headlines. Kanye was nixed and he was cut out of the Grammy performances. I thought that usually happens in February, but whenever it happens, Kanye was expected to be one of the performers, and he was told that he would not be performing anymore. What are you guys' thoughts?
My first thought was, why is Kanye performing at the Grammys? Like, did he agree? I thought he was been boycotted, pissing on Grammys. Like,
Right.
First of all, why is the Grammys inviting him? It was just all weird. I was like, this.
You know
Okay.
that stuff all for publicity, man.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird. And this the first time I heard it, I was like, this is not real.
My first thought was kind of the same, but then as I thought about it, I'm like, it kind of makes sense because, I mean, Kanye is kind of just on one right now, saying whatever he wants to say, making threats on social medias and stuff like that.
Do you think he pleaded to them and said, look, I changed? Or did they reach out to
Nah,
him?
Kanye, honestly, I think Kanye is above the Grammys anyways. So,
Facts.
But how did the deal come to play in the first place, you think?
They probably reached out to him.
they probably reached out to him and were like, hey, you've been doing great with your music.
Right.
We want you to perform.
Kind of like they
You
do
think
for
they
all
just had
performers.
a change of heart? They're like, actually,
Nah, I think, I mean, we
think
heard it a little bit from Charlemagne.
That's what
and-
they said is
yeah,
due to like his recent,
just his outbursts that he's been
his
having.
recent
And,
outbursts, I guess
and-
you could say.
and
they don't feel like it's gonna be safe for him to be up there.
And I mean, it definitely causes concern because you already know Kanye is gonna say what he wants
And
to
the,
say.
the
whenever
Grammys
he
are
wants
live, son.
To say.
Live.
Exactly. You can't just cut it off.
We've
So,
seen Kanye go live and say
Yeah.
some crazy shit. So I get it.
George
they're
Bush doesn't like black people.
trying to protect their brand, so I get it. But there was like, we didn't even know Kanye was performing, so why would they even put this story out in the first place? Like, we could have just never knew he was going to perform. But Kanye's team is actually I think the Game is who broke it, but Kanye's team is the people who actually put the story out. And Jay Prince, legendary entrepreneur and music enthusiast out of Houston, he recently called for a boycott of the Grammys. And it feels like people try and do this every year, and I don't know, it just never works. But Jay Prince is pretty influential. He was pretty influential in Drake and Kanye squashing their beef, getting back together. He was pretty influential in Push and Drake ending their feud. Like, Jay Prince is respected in the game, so he does have a lot of pull. But recently, he posted on Instagram adding all these big name artists, The Weeknd, Nicki, Kanye, Drake, and he's proposing that they boycott the Grammys. Let's see if I could play a quick insert.
How do we bring about change? I'm glad y'all asked. I recommend that the artists I've mentioned above and more come together in Las Vegas and perform at the same time as the Grammys on a special network and streaming platform to prove that ratings will change where the Grammys are concerned when the number one selling genre in music, hip hop, come together.
Oh, people don't watch the Grammys
Because there's
I was
power
about to say.
in numbers.
That's what I was thinking.
The powers that be will be mad at me about this one. But fuck them. I love the culture. The seed has been planted. Let's water it.
So Jay Prince is proposing a full-out boycott of the Grammys, but he's also proposing as an alternative that these big-name artists have their own concert in Las Vegas for whatever reason, and they kind of just promote it on their own. And he wants to prove that like they can get more viewers on their own if they stick together than together with the Grammys, which is a great idea. Like, I'm sure it will work. And what I say, nobody watched the Grammys. If Kanye was at the Grammys, niggas gonna watch that though, for sure.
For sure.
Niggas will watch.
I don't really pay attention to the Grammys either. And what I would say is, we were talking about the iHeart Rewards earlier. I think they're more in tune to the culture than the Grammys would ever be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like when they were listing off their rewards or their awards,
You're like, okay, that
I
makes
was
sense.
like, these are good
Right.
good winners. You know what I mean? Usually it's not like that. Usually it's like
They're out
some
of touch.
agenda behind it or something.
Yeah, and like I said, they try and can't boycott the Grammys each year, and it just never works. And I get it. Like, the Grammys is a failed system, and we should have like been not acknowledging it. But like Charlemagne was saying, like, there's so much other stuff we could like mobilize for. Like, if we're gonna get all these big name artists together, we should probably have them do something else rather than like
Boycott
attack the Grammys. Like, yeah,
I
there's so many
agree.
other black issues that we need to
Already
fix.
don't care about the Grammys. We
That's
just
what I'm saying.
established this already as a culture. We don't care about the Grammys.
Exactly.
Well, I think the biggest one that he brought up was marijuana being legally. I don't think we
Federally.
realize,
Right,
Or
yeah.
federally,
It's
because there's a
legal.
lot of
And
people.
Legal
release
here, baby.
These
Yeah,
people.
here, but federally,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people that are in jail
Yeah, that's the big part. Release them.
For petty
s-
crimes
for a stupid crime.
and misdemeanor. Well, what would be
Locked
misdemeanors
up,
and
records messed up.
like, taps on the wrist in other states. You go a couple miles and it's like, damn, I'm a whole ass felon.
Crazy, right? That's crazy to think about.
So yeah, I mean, it's cool that Jay Prince stepped up and is using his power, but I just feel like there's a lot of other stuff we could be focused on right now.
For sure. Let's see if this sparks something bigger.
Right. But we seen he has the power to do it. Like, he brought Drake and Kanye together for the Free Larry Hoover, which was like mobilizing for a better and bigger cause.
Mm-hmm.
What happened after that cause, we're not sure, but we've seen it can happen. So, I mean, it's possible. To finish up, do y'all want to talk about Lollapalooza, or should we wrap this thing up?
Let's do a quick touch base.
All right. I think,
The randomness of this Lollapalooza.
yeah, which one of y'all sent this to the group?
Easy.
Yeah, you already sent the Lollapalooza lineup to the group. I'm just realizing it's a 4-day festival. That's wild.
All the people, bro.
True. And
It's in Chicago.
when is it? July? Oh, I seen Lollapalooza is pretty popping though. I'm not gonna lie.
Poppin',
I
bro.
seen Playboy Cardi at Lollapalooza, Tyler at Lollapalooza.
You did?
Well, not like live, but I seen it like on YouTube.
Oh, gotcha.
I seen their performances
Nah,
on
their
YouTube.
crowd is bigger than like Rolling Out.
Yeah, no, their crowd's crazy. So it should be dope. We're just looking at some of the headliners here. You said it's going to be in Grant Park, Chicago, Illinois. Off the top, we got Metallica. That should be huge.
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa. We just heard she has one of the. She was actually just here too in Denver
Really?
on a stadium tour. She's touring with Meg right now, but she's like she has one of the biggest years right now of all time. She's going crazy. J. Cole. Enough said.
Green Day.
Green Day.
Crazy
Doja
list
Cat
already.
though,
Doja Cat.
right under. Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Baby.
See, I was telling you guys someone to replace. Doja's on.
Yeah,
the
those
up
is right
and
there.
Oh, definitely.
Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Baby's right there, and then Kigo, whoever that is. A couple other names that we see: Big Sean, Jasmine, Don Toliver made the cut. Denzel Curry, Blast,
YG. was in
YG.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely like to go to Lollapalooza one
Definitely,
day.
Yeah, exactly. I need to experience that one.
I'm a festival guy. I like a good
And
festival.
what's dope is it's like different genres of music.
It's
Like,
diverse,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
diverse. And honestly, live music in general, I could listen to any sort of live music as long as it's live.
Now that Metallica
Yeah.
is probably gonna be crazy, and Green Day was our like high school. Like that Green Day is probably gonna be popping
Sure.
too. I'm not too big into. I don't even know what's that soft rock or what that be
I
categorized
think
as,
like
but
punk rock or something. like that, yeah.
yo, Green Day was going crazy when we was in high school.
Nah, but it's dope to see J. Cole, obviously Lil Baby be up there, Doja, and then even other people that you listed off. But like for those three to be like headliners, I think that's dope.
No, it's gonna be a good show. I would imagine those are probably each of the 4 days, then, right? Metallica, Dua, Cole, and Green Day
For sure. And
Probably
then
each
underneath
have
would
their
be
own
like,
day. The side stages. But damn, that just proves J. Cole's a fucking monster.
monster.
Everybody wasn't happy about this. Joyner Lucas was pretty peeved. He's mad, basically, that
He ain't make it.
no, he
Oh,
made
he's
it,
on there.
Oh,
but
what you mad about?
I guess
He was in there the middle.
yeah. He said he went on a rampage of tweets. He said the festival's gonna stop playing with me like that, putting my name next to names of a bunch of random niggas that nobody heard and offer me a weak bag. He said then I say no to the offer, and these niggas want to put me on the flyer anyways. So I guess he told them he didn't want to be there, and they still like put him on the flyer. So he's kind of like,
Wonder if he could sue for that.
I'm sure. He said he's the biggest independent artist with the exception of Tech Nine, and he got the numbers, the fans, and the bag to back that statement up. He said, how's it that these festivals keep trying to bunch my name with a bunch of niggas who ain't on my level? He said, nigga, I'm Joyner Lucas. And then he said, all I know is Lollapalooza better take my name off the flyer. I ain't agreed to the lineup. And then he starts sending strays at one of the other headliners. He said, then you got this goofy nigga headlining. He's like, how sway? And he posts a picture of Machine Gun Kelly with a black tongue. He said, someone said, don't bring out the rap devil. He said, man, listen, what my brother Marshall did to him is light compared to what I'm waiting to do to him. But Joyner be ready to rap.
I would like that a little back and forth.
Joyner be ready
Machine
to
Gun
rap.
and
That Joyner wants
I don't
that.
want to hear
Exactly.
Machine Gun. I'm gonna be
Joyner-
honest with you.
Okay, I feel it.
But MGK, he put out that diss against Eminem, and
No, he's good at it. That's why I'm like, I'm down to hear it.
He's not no punk. Like I could at least
he'll come back and forth.
respect that he's like he'll step in the ring because he did diss. He had that diss track to Eminem, maybe a couple, and it was cool.
Eminem dissed
was
him
cool,
back a little
but-
bit.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to listen to him.
I feel it.
I'm not trying to listen to either of these people.
You don't like laced
Well,
up?
I'll listen to Joner.
You don't like laced up? Machine Gun Kelly.
I was like, who is laced up?
I think he's talking to you. I'm not trying to listen to any of these
That's
two
crazy.
people beef with each other. Is what I,
I
should
agree
have said.
because
It'll be a
I
fake
agree.
beef.
Joner's above him, so you don't need to worry about him.
Yeah, if it's not in Lollapalooza.
I was gonna say I don't know if he's above him yet.
Nah, it's because that fool
Palooza on top.
That one
He
fool,
on-
that fool went to Rock and just now he has two different
fan bases colliding.
exactly.
That's-
Nah, I feel it. I never heard any rock song from him, and I don't plan to. But his rapping was cool, laced up.
Yeah. But we know that is a whole nother market over there, and they fucking with Buddy.
Definitely. Nah, he's smart. Get that bag. Obviously, he's headlining.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
What you got against white people, man?
You know he's from Colorado.
Bro, he's
You-
like kinda.
No, he was born here.
Yeah, but he don't even.
I don't know
claim
if he was
us.
born here,
Yeah,
but he went to
don't
high
e-
school here. And then that's because we was in fucking with him. So he was like, all right,
He said,
whatever.
I'm going to Cleveland.
And then he went to Cleveland. He started performing. They was rock with him. So he's like, oh, yeah, bet. I fuck with y'all. And then he just started rocking Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Find amazing deals.
Nah, Jack Harlow, the only white rapper I listen to right now. So.
Yeah, that's the only white boy we acknowledge.
That's funny.
Other than our white boy, this white boy, I feel like a lot of our brothers acknowledge this guy. He's a legend in the hood. Sucks we've come to this point, but he had a good run. He had a great run. It's been 31 years. It's been all over primetime TV. Our mothers know him. Our grandmothers know him. We know him. Sad to see this.
Had dreams of going on there.
And did you really?
Nightmares.
I had nightmares of going on there for
Yeah,
sure.
that'd be the worst if you're on there.
Nightmares. Oh, I was waking up like,
You in some shit if you're on that show.
But it sounds like we have to say goodbye to our good man, Maury Povich. It says, Maury Povich is set to retire from Daily Talk Show after 31 years.
Bro, my whole life.
And it says NBC Universal confirmed that his impending exit will be Monday. And Povich is currently 83 years old. Shout out to a legendary show, Maury. And shout out to Maury Povich.
Living legend.
Living legend.
Bro, I did not know he was 83.
Look, he looks good for 83.
That means
like,
in his 60s we were watching him, bro.
Bro,
like, what the fuck?
and he was
For real.
putting up with all that BS.
Hey, he was getting paid though. He was
Man, the Maury show is iconic though. I'm like,
That's
like,
why
what,
they
bro,
respected
you know when
him.
you would stay home from like school?
You
Yeah,
know
that shit would
exactly
be
what's
right
coming
on.
on.
Yeah.
I feel like it was on every channel too. Like it was on NBC, Fox,
For real.
and ABC. But I guess it was just on NBC, and it was just that iconic. But it's crazy, like to be on TV for 31 years. Also,
3 decades.
Right.
man,
That's
that's
doing the same shit.
and it's a talk show at that. He's a legend. He's in the Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore for sure.
Definitely.
Shout out Maury.
Him and Jerry. And who else?
Is Jerry still going?
Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember his security guard had
Steve
a spinoff.
Wilkos, yeah, but
Yeah.
Jerry was still going. They just like Steve that much. I'm
Right.
like,
Steve,
nobody's
Steve.
nobody's
Niggas
watching
started yelling out
Steve Wilkos.
Steve.
He was all buff.
Buff and bald.
Hella. I'm like, I'm not watching this. He doesn't know how to like de-escalate stuff like Jerry. But
Oh,
Maury
yeah, Steve just is a muscle.
always
But Jerry
rock-
was funny.
Nah,
too.
Jerry was funny. Maury was funny too. I was about to say I always rock with Maury more than Jerry though for some reason.
I would say it was pretty even for me.
I feel like
though.
Jerry was more like sensationalized or like more
Right.
fake, whereas
It was, yeah.
Maury, I
Yeah.
feel like, yo, these niggas
Nah, it was some
actually,
deep shit.
yeah, these
on-
niggas actually got some problems.
For real.
He used to go get the drill sergeant and stuff. Like it was always different. For Jerry, you just went on there to show your titties basically and get the beads.
Yeah.
But they were both super entertaining for sure. I used to want to watch Jerry more because I'm like, yo, they about to be showing their titties on here. I'm like, they just doing that on live TV.
For real. See somebody fight.
They just always had the wild stories.
On Jerry?
Yeah.
Or,
Jerry.
shit, yeah.
Both.
Both.
Both. But
I heard
yeah.
the stories were fake.
Me too.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like fabricated.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I
be
feel like
surprised.
they are on both, to be honest.
I also heard another show. All the stories were fake. You guys ever watch Pimp My Ride?
Oh yeah, that's
of
definitely
course.
fake.
Yeah.
I heard all those stories were fake.
I heard
they found
they-
those people and they just like gave him a story. Like one dude was real big and they put a cotton candy machine in his back of his car.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the stories were fake, but I know the cars were like trash.
Trash. Like
and they never
It
lasted.
just looked good,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. Yeah, they
And
didn't really
they
fix
didn't
the
run.
problems.
Yeah, they were like, all right, so this nigga still doesn't have a car.
No, I'm saying like fake. Like they made them rehearse their reactions.
Yeah, that's
and
what you were
stuff.
saying. Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Shout out Maury, man.
But yeah,
About that time to
31 years. That's crazy, bro. Still.
get on out of here. Anything else you guys want to say to the fans and watchers and the tribe?
Yeah, just appreciate you guys vibing with us and tuning in, and I would like for us to get more interactive with them for sure. That's all I gotta say though.
I'm open to ideas.
The weekend was in The Simpsons. I wanted to mention that. If y'all watch The Simpsons, do y'all watch those? Do people watch The Simpsons? Like that's the longest ongoing show, and they have new episodes every week still.
Yeah,
So-
somebody watching that. show.
Exactly. Someone's gotta be watching it.
Shout out to The Simpsons, but that's all I got.
And they still got new celebrities acting in it.
Bro,
So
crazy. The Weeknd's in
that's
there,
like
but he's like a
that's
little
on your
kid.
bucket list. That's like, yeah, I got to get on The Simpsons. I'm doing that
They
for sure.
still predicting stuff right.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking this journey with us. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Definitely.
And like that.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Put your Cash App tag in the comments. I'll send you something.
And like that.
We gone.
She said pull up on her, touch up on her wet one. And I had a pack of condoms.
Trying to act like you ain't know what I was talking about.
7-Eleven and get some. All I know is talk till I fall.